About a couple days ago, the TikTok deal that made it sold to a U.S. company or whatever, a deal that made it so that it didn't get banned in the U.S. was finalized, and they had new terms of service, and a lot of people are saying it's just going to permanently sell your data for outside use, which not surprising. That's kind of what it was for. That's kind of what forcing TikTok to be sold to like a U.S. based company or be accepted in the U.S. was for. And so they just kind of like did all that tomfoolery, and a lot of people weren't happy about it. But I don't know if this also was a part of the sale of TikTok or something. The new ownership pushing a really shitty, shitty algorithm. But I don't know what happened. Ever since the update, my entire TikTok algorithm has just been like completely not at all what it used to be in any capacity. And there's especially one thing that kind of confused me on why it was consistently showing up on my page, despite me consistently trying to just say I'm not interested in it. I don't want it. I don't need it. I don't want it on my page. And you might be wondering, well, what thing could possibly be that annoying for you to constantly try to get it off your page? And it was just this woman named like Mama Kita who just kept on saying, I'm old or like I'm lonely, I'm rich. Drop your friends in the comments and contact them or something like that. I'm assuming it was just I don't even know, like someone looking to pay someone to spend time with her or get involved in a romantic relationship with her. And for some reason, this kept on getting recommended to me over and over again. I kept on saying I wasn't interested in it. I literally like was on the page for on not on the page on the post for like maybe half a second every single time. And no matter what I did, it would consistently keep on showing up. And I just couldn't escape her grasp. She kept on just trying to make me become, she kept on trying to pay me for being a friend with her or being in a relationship with her. And I don't want Mama Kita on my page. She just kept on going and trying to attack me over and over again. Well, not attack, I guess. She tried to woo me over and over again. And I didn't know what to do. I didn't know what to say. And it was very confusing for this to happen so many times, just consistently. It was literally just her like consistently like looking at the camera or whatever. And I don't know. I don't know what to do about it. And like it seems like recently, in the past like hour or so, it's kind of like simmered down. But when I tell you that when I woke up today, like in front of the beginning of my day, just like checking it occasionally, she was on maybe every other like post, or not every other post, like every 5 posts, she would show up again. I do not know how the hell the algorithm of TikTok, like I don't know what dumbasses bought the app or like made it so that it could be run in America, but they just like ruined that shit unbelievably entirely. It was actually just so unbelievably bad, and it just still has not recovered. I'm still getting videos that are just completely unrelated to me, completely just not anything I want. I'm getting like lifestyle content or whatever, which I don't really give a fuck about. And I don't know how they broke it this bad. I don't know if it's only a me thing specifically, where they decided to smite me down when it comes to entertainment value and decide to get stuff completely unrelated to me and also try to get me in a relationship with a sugar mommy. I don't really know. It was kind of confusing. And the thing is too, like I've been reading up on the deal. Apparently, like they sold like 80% of the companies, like the United States, like United States based companies, like of a joint venture. And like Oracle's one of the companies. Obviously they're trying to just yank your data and all that shit. So I don't know if they are trying to like read my data and say this guy is willing to willing to join in one of these devious interactions, these devious relationships, and like all the Palantir data that they've collected me on throughout my life, like the AI model that they predicted, it says like, yes, this guy wants this content or whatever, or like the stupid algorithm that they made for it, just with these companies that are buying the U.S. version of TikTok. I don't really know. It was kind of confusing to me that I kept on getting this over and over again. But yeah, I think like another thing too that is concerning about the update, slightly less jovial than the just my algorithm being fucked for some reason, is like the people buying it. I don't know if I trust the companies who are willing to be part of a forced deal for the TikTok to be consistently going in the United States. I don't really think I trust them with the data. Obviously, I don't think I have any data that's worthwhile going, or worthwhile like being there and worthwhile like people yanking from me on the internet. If they wanted to steal my data, if like Palantir or Oracle or whoever the fuck is stealing everyone's data and using it for like AI algorithms and like just no oversight, what are you gonna get from me? Like, I feel like you're just gonna get League of Legends builds, TFT team comps, Twitch. You're gonna get YouTube. That's really all you're getting from me. You get nothing from a fool, an idiot like me. You see the reels that I actually want to be at, or the TikToks that I actually want to see. I think they might just like put me down as like an animal and have me euthanized in like the next 5 to 10 business days once they actually get that shit going. Because I just have completely just unnecessarily useless stuff on my feed, and I would like to keep it that way. Sometimes you need to turn your brain off for a little bit of brain rot. So like, Ideally TikTok, because I know you're watching this now. Larry Ellison, I think of Oracle, and whoever the fuck else is doing it. You hear me right now. I know you're watching. Please revert your changes to my, my TikTok. I don't want any I don't want any sugar mommies on my page anymore. It's getting a bit concerning that this one's being recommended to me like so many times. I feel like saying I'm not interested like 4 times is enough, but it happened. I had to do it like 8 times. Please stop this. Please stop this tomfoolery, and please just don't steal anyone else's data. Because another thing that was concerning too that I completely just remembered is that like they there's a setting now. If you go to like the settings and then you go to the ads, is that they have like targeted ad outside of TikTok, where like TikTok is apparently like willing to or like has a setting that makes it so that you can go or it can go onto like other websites and other apps and like target ads using their data onto those apps. So like that's something you need to turn off and also like clear that off TikTok data so that you don't get tracked across all the other apps and websites and everything like that because ideally TikTok doesn't have the ability to unilaterally like affect what is going on in your phone and your devices off of the app and not just only on TikTok. And even on TikTok, it collecting data is kind of suspicious. But once again, for a guy like me, I really don't think my data is useful in any way. So like, I think it might just break their fucking system because they've never seen a dumbass like me before. They've never seen someone who just has some completely incomprehensible content desires like me. But for people like you who are actually like functioning members of society, this should probably be something that you turn off and make sure that they don't track you across websites and across apps because I feel like that's a bit overreaching the the barriers of acceptability when it comes to what an app can do. So, and then like one more thing is that like I'm thinking about this. I think obviously the people who are willing to enter in this deal with TikTok are kind of fucking idiots, and like maybe they'll just crash the website. They'll just make the app absolutely unusable and just make the algorithm absolutely terrible, and it will force me to stop using that app, and it will actually make me productive for once in my life. So that might be something that or that might be a good thing for these idiots buying TikTok in a forced deal. But that's all I got for today. So thank you for coming on my journey of me trying to apparently get wooed by a sugar mommy. And that's about it. That's all I got for today. So thank you for watching. Goodbye.